You need to hear this if you're ready for a transformative year. I am so excited you're here. Can you believe it's already a new year? I don't know about you, but the energy is electric. It's that magical time for fresh starts, big dreams, and maybe even bigger goals. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's hit the pause button for a second. Instead of resolutions that fizzle out before February, we're diving deep into 10 life-changing lessons that will transform your year from the inside out. Let's talk about those big, audacious goals we set for ourselves, the ones that feel like climbing Mount Everest. They're exciting, right? But sometimes, they can feel so overwhelming that we end up paralyzed before even taking the first step. This year, let's shift our focus to the power of small wins. These are the tiny yet mighty steps we take every single day that add up to massive change over time. Did you drink enough water today? Celebrate that. Finally tackled that nagging item on your to-do list? You go, rock star. Each small win is a building block, a stepping stone that propels us forward on our journey. It's about consistently showing up, day after day, and celebrating those tiny victories along the way. Embrace the power of small wins and watch in amazement as they pave the way to extraordinary results. Let's talk about boundaries, my friend. How often do you find yourself saying yes to things you don't really want to do, things that drain your energy and leave you feeling depleted? This year, I want you to step into the power of no. That's right. Saying no isn't selfish. It's an act of self-love. It's about honoring your needs, protecting your energy, and making space for what truly matters to you. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't light you up, you're essentially draining that well. But when you say no to the things that don't serve you, you're refilling your cup, setting healthy boundaries, and creating space for what truly lights you up. Remember, your time and energy are precious. Choose wisely how you spend them. Okay, let's talk about failure. That big, scary F word that most of us try to avoid like the plague. But what if I told you that failure isn't something to fear, but rather it's an essential ingredient for growth and success? Every successful person you know has encountered countless setbacks, mistakes, and yes, even failures along the way. The difference is, they didn't let those experiences define them. They embraced them as opportunities to learn, grow, and come back even stronger. Think about it this way. Every time you stumble or fall short, you're gaining invaluable feedback. You're learning what works, what doesn't, and what adjustments you need to make to improve. Instead of fearing it, embrace it as a powerful teacher. Remember, the only true failure is the failure to try, to learn, and to grow. Raise your hand if you've ever been trapped in the insidious cycle of overthinking. Yep, we've all been there. It's that place where our minds race with endless possibilities, doubts, and what-ifs, keeping us stuck in a perpetual state of analysis paralysis. Here's the thing about overthinking. It's often disguised as productivity, but in reality, it's just procrastination in disguise. We convince ourselves that we're being cautious, strategic, or thorough, when in reality, we're just too afraid to take action. So how do we break free from this overthinking trap? The answer is simple, my friend. Action. Action is the antidote to overthinking. It's about taking that first step, even if it's imperfect, even if you're not sure what the outcome will be. Think about it this way. You can't steer a parked car. You need to put it in gear and start moving in order to gain clarity, momentum, and direction. Trust yourself, trust the process, and take that first step. Life is full of surprises, isn't it? Some pleasant, some not so much. The truth is, there's only so much we can control in this wild and unpredictable journey. We can't control the weather, the traffic, or what other people say or do. And yet, so often, we waste precious time and energy worrying about things that are completely beyond our control. This year, I want you to make a conscious effort to shift your focus to what you can control. Instead of dwelling on the things you can't change, pour your energy into the areas where you have the power to make a difference. You can't control other people's actions, but you can control your reactions and how you choose to show up in the world. Remember, your energy is precious. Focus on what you can control and watch how your life transforms. Let's talk about motivation for a second. It's that feeling of excitement and inspiration that often comes at the beginning of a new year, a new project, or a new endeavor. Motivation can be a powerful driving force. But here's the thing. Motivation is fickle. It comes and goes like the tide. And if we rely solely on motivation to achieve our goals, we're setting ourselves up for disappointment. This year, I want you to embrace the power of consistency. Consistency is about showing up day after day, even when you don't feel like it, even when the motivation wanes. Think of consistency as the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. It's the small daily actions repeated over time that create lasting change. Remember, motivation may get you started, but consistency is what keeps you going. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, right? But how we choose to spend that time is what truly makes all the difference. You see, time is the one resource that we can never get back. We can always make more money, but we can't make more time. This year, I want you to treat your time like the precious and finite resource that it is. Be intentional about how you spend it. Say no to commitments that drain your energy or don't align with your values. Set boundaries around your time and protect it fiercely. Let go of the things that no longer serve you. Toxic relationships, time-wasting activities, and anything else that's holding you back from living your best life. Spend it wisely on the people, experiences, and pursuits that bring you joy, fulfillment, and a sense of purpose. In the hustle and bustle of everyday life, it's easy to get caught up in the to-do lists, the deadlines, and the never-ending stream of obligations. But what if I told you that there's a simple yet profound practice that can shift your perspective and amplify the joy in your life? That practice, my friend, is gratitude. Gratitude is about taking the time to appreciate the good in our lives, both big and small. It's about shifting our focus from what's lacking to what we already have. By focusing on the good, you're training your brain to see the world through a lens of abundance and appreciation. And when you approach life with an attitude of gratitude, you'll be amazed at how much more joy, peace, and fulfillment you experience. In a culture that often glorifies busyness and hustle, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that we always need to be on, that we need to be constantly pushing ourselves to the limit. But here's the thing. Rest isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Just like a car needs to refuel after a long drive, our bodies and minds need time to rest and recharge. When we neglect our need for rest, we run the risk of burnout, exhaustion, and even illness. Make time for activities that fill your cup, whether it's taking a long bath, reading a good book, spending time in nature, or simply doing nothing at all. Remember, rest isn't about giving up. It's about taking care of yourself so that you can show up as the best version of yourself. In a world that's constantly trying to sell us something, the latest gadget, the newest fashion trend, the must-have experience, it's easy to forget that the most important investment we can ever make is in ourselves. You, my friend, are your greatest asset. Your health, your well-being, your knowledge, your skills, your mindset. These are the things that will carry you through life, no matter what challenges or triumphs come your way. This year, I want you to prioritize investing in yourself. Make time for personal growth and development. Invest in your physical health by nourishing your body with healthy foods, moving your body regularly, and getting enough sleep. Remember, when you invest in yourself, you're not just investing in your own happiness and fulfillment, you're investing in your ability to show up in the world as your best self and make a meaningful contribution. So there you have it, my friend. 10 powerful lessons to transform your year from the inside out. This new year isn't about resolutions, it's about lessons. Take these 10 lessons, make them yours, and watch how your life transforms. Here's to an incredible year ahead. Let's make it count. Follow for more inspiring content in the new year.